So these have won awards.
So that one just scored a bronze in the Americas competition. That'd be every chocolate company in the North, South America, and the Caribbean.
Is there a specific method for eating chocolate to get the most out of it?
It's like Willy Wonka.
If I were a young entrepreneur, this is a town where you can really make an impact.
This podcast was brought to you by Choose Topeka. If you're thinking about making a move, Choose Topeka can get you up to $15,000 to relocate.
Whether you're buying or renting, Topeka and Shawnee County are ready to welcome you. Apply now at choosetopeka.com. All right, we've got Nick, mystery last name, from Hazel Hill. Welcome to the podcast. Nick, how do you say your last name?
Xidis.
Xidis.
Like exciting. Okay?
Yes, come on, that's awesome.
Nick, Xidis, this is going to be an exciting episode.
Okay, so before you got here, we were like, man, we're taking bets as a team. So we got Gabe behind the desk. The three of us were like, I wonder how you say this guy's last name. And we all took very different wrong approaches. I thought it was Xidis.
I thought the X was silent.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was Xidis.
Yeah, so we all went with the X as a Z approach.
You guys are pretty close.
It's Xidis.
Don't humor us,
like
Nick.
it.
We know it was not even close.
So you started and you currently operate Hazel Hill?
Yep, with my wife, Terry.
Come on, that's awesome. Could you tell us about that? What's that been like? How did you get the idea to start a chocolate company?
So it's a long time ago. This 2026 will be 20 years for us.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm old. Both my wife and I, our first career was in software technology and that kind of stuff. And it was actually Security Benefit that brought us to town.
No way.
I was hired there as part of the group that spun out a company called SC2 that became Xenia now, I think is what it's called. And we had bought the assets of a failing chocolate business, not really knowing kind of at the time what we were going to do with it, but it seemed like the right thing. And the guy was my coworker and having a hard time. So we jumped in and bought all the hard assets of it.
Wow.
And we had kind of some idea that it would connect with our family heritage. So my grandfather is a Greek immigrant. He came here in the early 1900s.
Wow.
And one of the things the Greek ethnic community could teach you was chocolatier and confectionery.
Wow.
So we had kind of some family tradition in that of maybe how to do stuff in not the most modern of ways.
It's in the blood.
But
that's amazing.
So, yeah, Hazel Hill is a somewhat of a recreation of what my grandfather's candy shop in Clinton, Iowa was.
Wow.
That's cool.
And,
wow.
It's actually named for my wife's grandmother. Hazel Hill is her grandmother.
Okay, that was my next question. Yeah.
Is it like a Greek style of chocolate or it's just...
there's no such thing as Greek style
I wasn't
chocolate.
sure.
It's just good, John. It's just good.
No, it's, everything he learned about candy making and confectionery came when he was in the New York. He apprenticed for 10 years from 1919 to 29. And then when the crash came, he made his way to Clinton, Iowa and opened his own shop there.
So 2006, we're coming up on 2026, almost 20 years. I mean, Hazel Hill, that is a well-known name throughout Topeka.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I'm not an active customer.
Market research
but
right
when
now.
I think
How many people know about
I'm
that?
serious. When I think of, I'm not an active customer. I don't go all the time. But when I think of local chocolate, it's Hazel Hill.
Good.
I mean, that is the name I think of.
I mean, we still get people who come in and say, "Oh, I didn't know you were here."
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, what do we got to do to?
Yeah. For people who aren't familiar with the name brand Hazel Hill chocolate, where can people find you at? Do you have stores in Topeka? Do you sell in different places?
724 South Kansas, right in downtown.
Yep.
Is the store. Online is also a thing. And right now we're queuing up for Christmas and manufacturing. And a lot of that volume is going to be business gifting, like client gifts and that kind of thing.
Sure. Yep. Yeah.
Going out.
Yeah, is the winter your busy season? That's when you do
Christmas and Valentine's are like the rock and roll time. So
your Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're starting to manufacture Christmas chocolate now.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow.
And kind of round numbers, About a third of all of the volume we'll do for the year is delivered in the 3 weeks before Christmas.
That's crazy.
So, that's wild.
Do you have to hire like a bunch of temporary help?
Yeah, we do. We're bringing on seasonal help. As we roll into October and November, we'll be doing 2 shifts a day, manufacturing, and then as we get into late November, December, it'll go to 3 shifts.
Yeah. Is that all made in the store, or is it all made somewhere else?
Most of it is made in the store. There's a couple of things we can't do. We don't pan candy, so the stuff that's like an M&M, it's a shiny coated thing. We don't do that.
In the store or at all?
We don't do it at all. We don't have the equipment for that.
Gotcha.
And it's boring, and I don't want to do it. So can I be that blunt?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's made in a machine that looks a lot like a cement mixer. You just spray stuff in there. It's just never been something that I want to do. So when we bring something in, if we're not making it, we bring it in from another family company.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That you're not going to find industrial.
You're not going to sell actual M&Ms.
Well, we have actual M&Ms because those are our brothers here in Topeka, right?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, and we got some Snicker bar action going on.
Okay, yeah.
Right, and we're not dissing on our friends down at Mars because they're our neighbors, right?
Yeah, love it.
Okay, so if you're getting an apple with caramel, we made the caramel from milk and cream and sugar.
Wow.
Right, and then the stuff on the outside, those Snickers bars came out of that plant down south. Mars made them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. If I told you I have you probably know this, you being around Mars, but I have a couple buddies who work at Mars. They're
Do you? Okay.
They're engineers down there, and when I was first introduced to them, I asked them, what they do. Like, oh, I'm an engineer down at Mars in the Snickers department. I'm like, in the Snickers department? Like, that's a thing? He goes, oh, yeah, my buddy's over in the M&M's department. Someone else is in the Reese's department.
Sounds
I'm
like Elf.
Yes, it does.
Like
and I was like, that's so weird. That's hilarious. So that's funny. You refer to them as the brothers down south. You kind of work with them a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, we're using their stuff in what we deliver, and likewise, we've had them over for events. They bought stuff for their employees from us. So,
that's cool. Wow.
Right, and that's kind of a Topeka thing, right?
Yeah.
People here are tight like that.
That's awesome,
That's
man.
super cool. I guess my initial thought was I wasn't going to mention the M word in this interview. That's our competition.
Yeah.
But it sounds like, you do 2 different things. 2 different kind of businesses, and you collaborate on a lot of things.
Yeah, and there's room for all of it, right?
That's awesome.
Right, we can compete without being exclusive.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So I always wonder, I should have thought of a more seamless way to say this, but I've always wondered about people that, let's say like you have a 5-star chef who spends all day cooking meals. When he comes home, is he spending an hour making a 5-star meal for himself for dinner after work? Or is he just doing like, I'm exhausted, microwave mac and cheese?
Here we come.
Chick-fil-A. So do you love eating chocolate yourself, or is it kind of like, hey, that's work? I would rather,
No, so I'm going to bend your question just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because the part of the business that really kind of gives me my life energy is the craftsmanship of making things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I really enjoying what we make.
Cool.
Does that make sense? I don't ever get tired of it. And we can talk about how chocolate's made and kind of some of the backstory of all that. But but no, I never get tired of enjoying the stuff that we make. And it can go anywhere from, just some nuts and some chocolate to some of the kind of higher end stuff. And I think we should be inclusive about that, right? You can enjoy we brought some stuff that's won international level recognition.
Really?
But there's nothing wrong with saying, look, we're going to dive into some M&Ms and we're going to get a little sugar rush going on.
Dipped Oreos or something.
Yeah.
So here's a question, and maybe this will lead us to what's in front of me here. I'm not sure. But if money was no object, you have a customer comes in and says, I want to buy the best, client gift chocolate piece that you guys can sell me. Money's no object. What would you tell them to buy? What would you recommend as the owner of Hazel Hill? Like, this is what I would recommend. I would probably
ask him some questions first.
Okay, ask me some questions. I'm this hypothetical.
Because best could mean a lot of things.
It's true.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'd probably ask you, like, what are some of your other favorite foods?
Okay, so you're basing it on taste.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
what's your taste?
Does that make sense? I want to know a little bit about, are you straight black espresso kind of person, or are you the mocha latte with the whipped cream kind of person?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
And they're all legit. Just people's palates run in different directions.
I guess that's a good point. There's not.
Okay, so you're kind of reinforcing what you just said. Is like there's not necessarily one best. It's just kind of there's room for everybody to enjoy what you enjoy.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you're saying. Yeah. I was gonna ask what's your favorite?
Yeah.
What are some things that you enjoy personally the most?
So the one I have been eating the most is that bar that's right on the top, the Topeka.
Let's see that.
Oh yeah, let's show it.
Okay. What do we got here?
Is this like
bar on the
99% dark chocolate?
It's 68. So
Okay.
it's not got a lot of sugar in
You
it.
got lots of different kinds. You got
Dang, these are high level.
Yeah, he's got a 68%. This is
Wow. So these have won
Yeah.
awards, international chocolate awards.
Yeah. So that one just scored a bronze in
that's this year.
the Americas competition this year.
okay. We'll open this up. All four of us we can have a little taste.
So
together.
that'd be every chocolate company in the North, South America, and the Caribbean that we
Really?
competed with.
This got silver in 2021.
Yeah, and that would have been in the Chocolate Alliance. That's a global.
Oh yeah, they're different.
It's like Willy Wonka.
It
This
is.
is a chocolate bar. Where's my golden ticket at? Oh, that's super cool.
So
Let's go.
we probably 300-400 companies in that competition. Oh yeah, I'm in.
Gabe.
Good catch, man.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this one won bronze. This is okay. Read what's the name of this one and what did it win? Tell us the backstory. Tomako.
Okay, and it won the bronze in the International Chocolate Awards. That's probably the most stringent competition in the U.S. There's equivalent in Europe, but this is pretty serious.
So what
rigor
sets
in
this
this.
apart? Like what makes? You kind of alluded to how chocolate's made. Like what makes this so good?
So this is a single origin chocolate, meaning all the cocoa in there came from one place. In this case, it's a cooperative in northern Colombia. And they spent decades basically with a genetic garden coming up with this variety of cocoa.
Wow.
I'm so good. I got 2 or 3.
You've tasted.
Is this the other one?
You've tasted these before. This is the other one. So this next one, which one's this?
Semaluki Forest from Uganda.
I wasn't even going to try to pronounce that name.
So,
Gabe?
So it feels like we're in the same world as like coffee.
yeah.
Like coffee competitions, single origin coffees.
We're in that same zone. And as you're tasting this, like there's some flavors that we don't normally associate with chocolate in here.
Right.
There's some fruit acidity and there's some stuff going on
some
here.
fruit in that one.
In the Tomako, yeah.
That was really good.
This one's definitely more smooth.
Yeah, the
and sweet.
Semaluki is going to be smoother and more earthy tones. And it kind of finishes with almost like a milky yogurt
Yeah.
kind of thing. And like, I don't know if you guys are into it. Like that milky taste at the end of that one. So the Semaluki Forest is their national park in Uganda. It's up in the mountains on the western side. It's very wet and cool there. And so I guess we didn't say this. Like cocoa's fruit. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Tree fruit.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So the fruit ferments and it cooks the seeds.
So this is very similar to how coffee is.
And in a cooler location, those ferments go a lot longer and you get a lot more lactic acid buildup in a long ferment. And that's what you're tasting is a flavor that's derived from the place that it came from.
Wow. And the length of time it takes to ferment it.
Yeah. So that's kind of our challenge as chocolate makers, find interesting cocoa, and then how do we bring forward the environment and the culture where that came from in a sensory experience.
Wow.
That you have.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to get all foo-foo.
No,
here.
yeah.
No. So it's like wine and coffee.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
very similar the way people describe and like whiskeys and stuff too.
Yeah.
The way people
Speaking
describe.
of whiskey, this next one is, what's this one called?
Whiskey and spice.
Whiskey and Spice.
So that's an inclusion bar.
Don't worry, Gabe. I got you, babe.
I got you, babe.
It means there's more in there than just chocolate.
Oh, okay.
So when we process this one, once we've got the nibs, basically we shelled all the cocoa and got nibs, we soak it for a few days in Union Horse bourbon.
Nice.
From our buddies in Lenexa. I don't know if you know the Union Horse.
I've not heard of Union Horse.
So we get some of their 3-year-old reserve bourbon and we soak it and then we re-dry it.
I was going to say, this is my favorite.
Yeah.
This one's good.
And then we grind a little bit of Vietnamese cinnamon in it.
And yeah, you can taste the cinnamon.
Yep. And I think it's as close as I can get to making chocolate taste like an apple pie.
Yeah, it does taste like that.
I was just going to say that. I can taste the fruit in all of these. And that one especially.
So the Tanzanian cacao in this one has a lot of kind of red fruit and malic acid apple tastes. And then when you put that with the kind of caramel and brown taste of the bourbon and a little bit of that cinnamon.
Oh, that's really good.
That is a very like
that's
apple
a little
pie.
more elaborate than a milk chocolate bar.
A little bit.
That maybe our friends at
I think I like
the
this middle
N-word
one the most.
Yeah.
Semaluki.
Semaluki 4.
You know
I like this
who
one the
Nick needs to hang out with for an hour and you just have an absolute ball? Jack Kishma.
Yeah.
I don't know Jack. Tell what's up with this?
He's the coffee guy.
Oh, he's the Joy Light guy?
Yeah.
I do know him.
Yeah, he's a good buddy of ours. We had him on in the early episodes of when we were getting this going, and he was speaking some foreign language just like you about how he makes the coffee, and they do this with this, and then it creates this taste.
Notes and flavors forward.
Yeah. The only difference is I really like chocolate, and coffee is I can just kind of like.
Yeah, I'm not a coffee guy
right?
either.
So I can appreciate this form of.
I would assume that if you have a palate for this, you'd have a palate for that and like wine and stuff too.
No,
John, not at all.
Not my jam at all. And, but look, the coffee guys are actually a lot smarter than chocolate people.
How so? What do you mean?
They import their stuff, right? And then they throw it in the roaster and they curve and temperature and airflow and then they throw it in a bag and they sell it. Like, we're just getting started when we roast it. We still have to grind it up and refine it and temper it and mold it and package it.
And make it taste good as a bar.
Yeah. So, like, from a cocoa bean to a finished bar, that's like a week of work for us. Coffee guys are smart, right?
Yeah.
Right? 20, 30 minutes in the roaster, pop that baby out, cool it off, in the bag, out the door, money in the pocket.
That's amazing.
Those are smart guys.
Walk us through what is the beginning to end process of making chocolate. So obviously you highlighted some of the single origin. It's a fruit. It's grown on a tree. It ferments. What do you do from that point forward?
So it's tree fruit. Fruit goes in usually boxes, but a lot of places just on the ground under a tarp.
I was going to say, is it picked or do they let it fall naturally and
No,
ferment
you
on the
got to
ground?
cut it off the tree.
Okay.
And then you split, there's a pod, you split it open, and inside there's a white fruit with seeds in it. Like an apple is white fruit with seeds inside.
Okay, yeah.
And then they, under controlled circumstance, ferment the fruit, and that heat from that fermenting cooks the seeds over 3 days, maybe a week.
Wow.
Basically cooks in its own fruit.
And so are like the farmers doing this? They're the ones doing this?
Well, a lot of these come from really small family subsistence farms, so they usually are joining in cooperatives to do this. To get enough scale to make it.
So they'll come together, ferment all their fruit together.
You got it.
Okay.
To get enough scale to do the ferment and then to do the import export. That one farmer usually doesn't have enough volume to do that. And then when we get it, it's basically that dried seed, and then we roast it. Same thing as coffee. It's a drum roaster. We have a time and temperature curve we develop for that based on flavor. And then they have to be shelled. So we have another machine that's called a winnower. It basically shreds the whole thing and it blows the husks off, and the heavier nib part drops out the bottom. And then once
is that like the seed, basically?
Yeah, it's the inside of the seed.
Okay.
And then it goes in a stone wheel grinding machine where we can control heat, temperature, and pressure. And it both grinds it and it's also aerating it. So the really volatile chemicals in there, acetic acid and some of the stuff that's really unpleasant, we can force that out in the air as it refines down.
Wow.
And then that's where we'll put sugar, milk, if it's milk chocolate or cinnamon or whatever, we'll go in during that
grinding
refinement.
Down.
Yep.
Wow.
Then once that finishes, it goes in another machine because we have to temper it because chocolate won't set up right if it's not heated and cooled and manipulated.
Sure.
And then from there, we can temper it and mold it into bars and then pack and wrap it.
Okay, so in the second to last, the grinding one, is that if you add nothing to it, is that where would you just get like cocoa powder?
No.
Stupid question, John. No.
So when we get nibs, the nib is about half oil and about half vegetables solid.
Oh.
So there's oil in there.
So it's going to turn into like a paste.
So when we grind it, it's going to turn into a liquid.
Yeah.
And then we also have a press where we press some of them and we wring the oil out of it.
Huh.
And out one end of the press comes cocoa butter, oil, and the other end comes all the vegetable solid, which is cocoa powder.
Oh,
I say stupid question, John. Like I'm just nodding my head, like I'm following.
Yeah, he's over there all chill, like I knew that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
do you use both of those two separate things for something? Do each of those have a purpose, like cocoa butter and cocoa powder, or whatever?
Depending upon what cocoa it is, some of them need a little more oil in the chocolate to make it feel right in your mouth. And
right.
There's a number of reasons why.
Yeah.
So we manufacture cocoa butter for that. And then the cocoa powder, we do sell it, but it's not like your grocery store stuff. We don't grind it down into dust.
Okay, yeah.
It's like shavings almost.
Okay, yeah. But you can use it to cook with, and cool.
Yeah, it's cocoa powder.
Yeah.
It's the same.
That's awesome.
So doing this for almost 20 years now, and being successful at it,
I know,
for 20 years. What piece of advice would you give to a small business just getting going, struggling? I mean, you've clearly not only had a great product, but a successful business for 20 years. Do you have any advice for?
We're very, very lucky.
Oh, sure.
And I'm old.
You know what luck is? Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So you're doing something right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any advice for business owners?
Like people think this is all about chocolate, but it's really not.
Huh.
Chocolate is really a means to an end. And can I just tell you a brief story to kind of illustrate the point? If I go too long, you wave me off.
Bring it.
Early when we opened, and we've been open a couple of years, and a mom and a daughter, maybe 10 years old, come in on a weekday. I was cooking caramel up in the front, and they came in, and like it was clear the girl, like something was wrong, right? It was not a good day for her. And she's there in the middle of the school day, and like, you just could tell that like something was off. And they were looking at stuff, and I asked the girl if she wanted to see what I was doing. I mean, a big 3-foot diameter kettle, and she was a little hesitant, but eventually we got a stool out, and she came and sat next to me while we were just stirring the kettle. And by the way, caramel's like 3.5, 4 hours of stirring the kettle. So this is and it turned out she had just had a rotten day at school, and some things had just really gone wrong for her. And she left a different kid.
Wow.
Does that make sense? Her troubles were behind her, and she was able to leave kind of as a different person.
Wow.
And that's really the point.
That's cool. Is
connecting with other people and finding ways to love and serve somebody else and to change their circumstance. And look, it doesn't matter what business you're doing. If that's the goal, to really connect with another person and to find a way to serve them and to love them where they're at and to change their world for the better, then you're going to be okay as a business idea. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Then you just need to figure out all the finance, and I mean, you can figure that part out.
Yeah.
So chocolate is the way that we deliver that making people happy experience and making people feel better about what's going on when they come and interact with us. So that's the point.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
This is just how we get that done.
Yeah.
And it also happens to run in your family.
It does.
Which is amazing.
It does. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Did you have a follow up to that?
Oh, no. Just that I love that. I think the same about my work all the time. You know, houses are great. It's just a byproduct of what I get to do. And I remember asking my dad years ago what he loved most about his job and, you know, what he sells. He's an entrepreneur. And, he said, you know, I don't actually really care for what I sell. I love what my job allows me to do. Yeah. You know, be with people, serve people, manage people, and do that. So I just hear a lot of that in your story as well, which is really cool.
That emotional and human connection, like that's what matters.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And,
super cool.
And if you serve people and you really care for them and take care of them, like what product you deliver, that'll work itself out. Mm-hmm. But people will flock to and thrive that connection even more in the day of like computer AI. Right. In my opinion, that makes things that are handcrafted, that are done with that human connection in mind, more rare and more valuable.
Yep. Love it.
It's so true. I mean, the reality is people crave real human connection.
Yeah.
And they're looking for it in all kinds of places like social media or whatever. And the reality is you don't really get that until you get actual like physical face-to-face human connection with people.
Right. Yeah. So if we're really selling an experience of being with us and with those that work with us, like that informs product decisions, but it also informs who do you hire and kind of how do you train them and what do you make the experience when they're in your business. All that gets informed from that purpose of, look, how am I going to love and serve those people that I interact with?
It's interesting because, you know, you see sometimes, you know, you get like young, ambitious business guys. This is like a little bit of a stereotype, but you get young, ambitious business guys who are like, how do I succeed? Like, how do I build a successful business? And you're like, you know, like advice like this, like, hey, you need to care about people and serve them. And sometimes I think what young, ambitious guys hear is, okay, I need to make my clients think I love them and care about them. And you're like, no, that's not what actually we said. We didn't say we need to like pull some tricks so that they think that you care about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't just this isn't just like some tips and tricks. It's like, you actually have to become the kind of person that does this. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that actually cares about people and actually like wants to elevate the people that you're working with, you know? Yeah. Because you can feel that. I think like all of us probably have had experiences with, you know, people where you're like, I think this is all like a costume you're putting on, the way that you're interacting with me. You know, you can just kind of sense it sometimes, you know?
Yeah, we got humans have like really good sensors for that kind of BS.
Yeah,
don't they?
Exactly. Yep. Like you're telling me what you think I want to hear. It's working, but I also can kind of see through it, you know? So yeah, that's awesome, man. That's so good.
And it takes a certain maturity to like accept this is who I am.
Right.
This is what I can do, and I can't do these other things.
Right.
And when you're starting out, I don't think you always have that maturity yet to say it's okay to be me.
Yeah.
And I don't have to game the system to win. Yeah. Right. I can just be me. I can do what I do in the right place, and I can succeed. And if over here is not the right place for me, I can let that be. When you're young, you're sort of sorting that out. Yeah. Sometimes you kind of try and game the system or manipulate people, and maybe you short-term gain when you do that, but it never lasts, does it? Yeah. It always kind of equals out.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll bite you in the long run.
Yep.
Yeah. Can I ask a short question before we get to like family history stuff? So like wine and coffee, there's like ways that you're supposed to partake in order to enjoy it in the most ways to kind of draw out flavor. Is there a specific method for eating chocolate to get the most out of it?
Yeah, you want to like legit taste.
Yeah. Like what would like a professional taste tester be doing?
Give me a piece of that tomato. Okay.
Which one are you eating?
And if I run long, you like wave me off. This is tomaco. So
I'm going to practice with this middle one.
I'm going to practice with this one.
It's actually something you go to school for, believe it or not.
What's it called?
There is sensory analysis training that you go through.
Wow. This is a thing.
So this is not, and look, you eat hundreds and hundreds of samples, and you learn to calibrate your taste so that you can come up with objective standards.
Wow.
And then there's scoring protocols you go through to actually rate stuff. And we do it all the time when we're developing new recipes or we have a new origin in. We start out and we score stuff.
So have you done this? You're like trained?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
So it's not like the pretentious thing that maybe you see on TV.
Yeah, because what's the wine one called? What's
sommelier?
A sommelier,
Yes.
yeah. A sommelier.
Yeah.
So this is the chocolate version
This
of that
is legit, and there are people that do it for a living.
Wow.
And they are amazing. I mean, I remember the first one I sent to a lady who does this. She was not only telling me what the flavors were and all that, she could tell me what kind of equipment I refined it on. She could tell me in microns, and she was within 5 microns of the particle size that we measured.
Wow.
I mean, it's legit.
Could they guess where the beans came from?
Yeah.
Just based on tasting a chocolate?
He said, "Oh yeah, that's easy. That's child's play."
That's crazy.
That's like
this was made by Farmer Pedro in Colombia.
Yeah. So it's legit. I mean, there are people who are legit experts in this stuff.
That's awesome.
I am not at that level. But so chocolate, it is a fat, and it's solid, so it's crystallized. So there's a crystal structure, and entrained in that fat crystal are the cocoa solids and a bunch of chemicals that make taste. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Science.
yes,
Science.
Yes, this be science.
That's right.
Okay.
You're doing science.
So the first thing I would do if I were inspecting this or analyzing it, I'm looking at the surface, shiny, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to snap it. It should have a firm snap. It shouldn't crumble at all. It should break with a little bit of pop.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can pick it up. Do we get it, Gabe? Okay. It shouldn't be any kind of crumbly. It shouldn't be mushy. It should have a firm snap to it. And then the next thing I'm going to do is put it right here in my, you see what I'm doing, in the kind of that squishy part between your thumb and your index finger, because we need to kind of loosen that fat matrix up a little.
Oh, so you're kind of like melting it a little bit?
Yeah, because if it's stone cold, you're going to swallow it before you really taste it because the heat of your mouth won't break that fat up.
Yeah.
So you don't want it to get gushy, but you want it to soften a little bit, and then cup it in your hands.
Okay, I can do that.
And in through your nose, out through your mouth. Now, it's a solid object, but there's an aroma there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to eat it so bad.
I know. Hang with me, brother. You'll be okay. Okay? So that's where we're going to start analyzing what is the aroma? What are the things I'm experiencing that remind me of something else?
Yeah, because it's your strongest memory sense, right?
It is, and your most of your taste receptors are actually in your nose. Okay, so can you smell?
Oh, I can smell it.
Something there, even a solid object. Mm-hmm. Okay, to me, this almost has a little bit of almost a leather note to it.
And you have the
Tomako.
I have the Semaluki.
Semaluki.
I have the whiskey spice.
Okay. So you're going to have a different thing. And then there's a little bit of acidity there, right? And after I've done that, I'm going to put it in my mouth. I'm going to pay attention to the bite force that's required and that it should melt just from the heat of my mouth. It shouldn't, okay? And there shouldn't be any sort of grit or roughness. So take some and push it on the front of your teeth and rub it with your tongue.
No grit, no roughness.
There shouldn't be any like toothpaste sensation, any of that kind of grit or roughness. That'll tell you how well refined it was. And then look for, there's a beginning, middle, and end set of tastes. It changes while it melts.
Yeah.
As that fat loosens up and different taste-affecting chemicals are coming up in your palate, it's going to change flavors. And chocolate makers can manipulate the character, the intensity, and the order that those show up.
Wow. That's wild. Okay, so tell me how accurate I am on the, how do you say it? Semaluki?
Semaluki Forest.
Semaluki. It tastes, there was like acidic on the front end, fruity in the middle, and like kind of creamy on the back end.
I'm gonna push you a little bit. Fruity, but fruit like orange, a banana.
No, not like a banana.
Can you like push it a little bit and?
Oh, it's all gone now. I have to start over.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe more closer to an orange than a banana for sure.
Okay.
You didn't do the thumb thing on that one.
It sat in my hand for a while though.
Okay, just checking.
Okay.
Skipping
It's
steps.
hard, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to really push yourself to say, okay, yeah, good or bad. That's kind of the bottom rung.
Right.
But citrus fruit, berry fruit, tropical fruit. So I'm going to give you mine just to kind of help you.
Yeah.
Not necessarily right. To me, it very much reminds me of figs. We don't eat figs here a lot, but like
Mine does or yours does?
what you got there.
Okay.
Like fig Newton, the center of a fig Newton.
Yeah.
That taste.
Love fig Newton.
I can see that. Yeah.
I didn't get Emma Habit. It's really good.
Yeah, he's doing the equivalent of a chug stand on the keg over there with chocolate.
I don't mean to disrespect your craft, but all I know is this is just really good.
It's yummy.
It's really good.
That's awesome. Okay, I'll have to practice.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
So what you need to do, if you dig that kind of thing, we actually make a kit that has nibs and 4 different chocolates and instructions and little tasting note cards. You get 2 of those, you get you a nice bottle of wine or something, you go find that significant other, you get some quiet time, you pop those open and you spend a while enjoying those and discussing what you're...
Wow. And it comes with basically instructions that walk you through how to do a
all
taste
this
test.
stuff I've been doing is
And
all in
you
there.
guys sell like one?
Yep.
That's cool.
That is cool.
So for not a lot of money, you can get something and then take some quiet time with somebody you care about and that kind of sharing.
Yeah.
Because there isn't really a right answer, right?
Okay.
Just like we all have different eye colors, how we experience taste is going to be different. Okay?
Yeah, I like it. It's a great like date night in idea.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Okay, so your family came from Greece.
You did.
Do you want to...
No, you got my mouth full.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So the Xidis, is it with a hard S? Xidis?
Xidis.
With a hard S.
Yep.
Xidis.
In Greek, it would be Xidis.
Xidis.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not as cool as it sounds.
I mean, it sounds cool.
It means somebody who makes vinegar.
Wow. Okay.
So
all right. So your family's made foodstuffs for a long time.
at some point, we must have been making vinegar somewhere to get that name.
It's funny.
Love it. Yeah. Tell us about your family history. You were telling us a little bit before we kind of started recording.
Yep.
It was super interesting.
So my
Thinking about moving to Topeka? The Choose Topeka program could get you up to $15,000. Not even kidding.
Whether you are buying or renting, Topeka and Shawnee County are ready to welcome you. Apply now at choosetopeka.com.
grandfather, same name as me, I'm named after him, came to the United States in 1914. He worked in the railroad kind of around Sioux City and that area in Iowa. And then 1919 World War I draft scooped him up, and he's back in Europe in the U.S. Army now.
Wow. Man, that must have been kind of maybe frustrating. I don't know. Like, bro, I just left Europe.
Yeah, I mean, we get a lot of young people today that get kind of the anxiety and kind of a lot of worries about stuff. I mean, this kid went from a little village, travels to the United States by himself at 17.
17. Wow.
High school age kid.
Yeah.
On a steamship, through the Ellis Island quarantine, all that. Finds his way to some folks in the Midwest. Then he's in the Army fighting, so he manages to get through World War I.
Wow. Which is no small feat.
Dropped off in New York from the Army. There was no like VA or anything then, or no social support. So his ethnic community took him in. and apprenticed him in chocolatier and candy making and all that kind of stuff.
So there's a Greek community in New York City that he found.
Yep.
And they train him in...
There's still ethnic communities in New York. And I mean, at that time, that's who took you in was if you were Irish, the Irish would take you in, or Italian, and they'd take you in and kind of help you get going.
Yeah.
So he's there from 1919 to 1929, 10 years apprenticing. And you know what happened in 29, right? The crash.
Right, yeah.
Okay, and the beginning of the Great Depression. So he made his way. He had to get out of New York. There was nothing there. So he went back to Clinton, Iowa, and worked a couple of different businesses and saved up and started his own candy shop called Candyland.
Wow.
And ran that. That was my little kid experience. My grandpa owned the candy shop.
Wow. So you grew up in Iowa?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
That's a whole other story.
Okay, yeah.
But
you grew up with family that did candy.
But like think about that for a minute. He left his family at 17, never saw his mom, dad, sisters again.
Wow.
Made it through World War I, the Great Depression, World War II.
Right. Yeah.
Does that make sense? Ran his business and started it in the Great Depression.
Yeah.
And like he was okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That's great. Yeah. What made him want to leave Greece in the first place?
So there was genocide in the area on the southern Black Sea, which is kind of the northern part of Turkey, and the Turkish Islamic population there decided they really didn't want the Greek Christians living on that good land.
Yeah.
And so they killed them. About 500,000 people died.
Wow, yeah.
And the rest were fleeing into Greece, in the northern part of Greece. And that country doesn't have a place like Kansas and Iowa where there's just acres and acres of you can grow food here. So they were struggling to survive. And so his family is trying to get somebody out to get a foothold outside of here because they're struggling to have food to eat. And they got him over here, and then World War I started, and that kind of closed the door, and they were had a tough time in World War I, and then World War II, the Serbs and the Greeks were one of the first that kind of stood up to Hitler and said, no, we're not going for that, and they paid an enormous price for that. So I don't know. That's kind of a downer. I didn't mean to take your podcast.
No, it's fascinating.
Well, I'll bring us back up. Did you say your grandpa's candy shop was named Candyland?
It was.
Is it true they made a board game after him?
I don't know if that's true, but it could be. His was a little different than ours. He had the candy stuff, but they also had a hardwood dance floor and pinball machines.
Yeah.
And it was like the high school kid hangout.
Yeah. Okay.
It was right by the movie theater and like a block down from the high school.
That's
and
cool.
It was where you go out and hang out and maybe get the attention of a girl if you were a guy or the other way around.
Yeah.
So
wow.
So back to your business today.
Okay.
Doing this 20 years. What's the hardest part about the chocolate business?
Right now, it's the cost of raw materials, cocoa specifically. So the world's supply of cocoa, about 80% of that comes out of two countries in West Africa, Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire.
Really?
So what happens there kind of sets the tone for everybody else.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So in late 2023, early 24, there was a root disease problem with the cocoa trees in that country, and partly some government issues, partly the chemical to treat it comes out of a country called Ukraine, and there's a shooting war there. Partly the people are shooting at ships in the Mediterranean, so now there's a hard time getting ships to export it. The cost of cocoa has been $2,500 to $3,000 a ton since the 1970s. In 2024, in about 8 months, it went from just under 3,000 a ton to 12,000 a ton.
Oh.
And it's bounced around lately, $8,000 to $9,000 a ton.
Dang! Wow.
So our main input is
right
4 times as expensive as it was, and when that was going full tilt, even availability was a problem. We just couldn't get it,
right?
Because the shortage there was driving kind of the big kids and to go to the small producers we deal with and say, look, we'll buy everything. And so that's been the main struggle, is how do you deal with a commodity that's 4 times what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Just in a very, very short period of time. And now we're kind of struggling with, on top of that, now there's 10 to 15% U.S. tariff on that.
Right.
So, I mean, we've had to raise prices. We're probably going to have to do that a little bit more just to keep up with that. And thankfully, people have been kind of hanging with us and
cool.
understanding of that.
Yeah,
but that's really been kind of the biggest struggle for us and industry-wide. And we see a lot of kind of small businesses like us that are newer and less established, like they're hanging it up because they, when you got all the startup costs and maybe you borrowed some money and all that, you're a little thinner in your finances to absorb something like that.
Tough.
So it's kind of tough times in the chocolate making business right now.
Interesting.
And and the tariff thing is kind of weird. So if this is getting too technical, you can wave me off. But
bring it.
So we're tariffing cocoa coming into the U.S. and it's about 10 to 15%, depends on what country it's coming out of.
Yeah.
We can't grow it in the United States.
Right.
Okay. The only places it'll even grow is Hawaii and Puerto Rico.
Ah.
Okay.
Do they grow it there?
Yeah, but the amount produced is minuscule.
Right.
So there isn't like a U.S. industry to protect by doing this.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So, but we're tariffing it coming in. And then if you're let's say a European producer of chocolate, you can bring that same cocoa into Canada or Mexico, refine it into finished chocolate, and then there's a trade agreement called the USMCA that allows you to bring that in the United States without a tariff at all. So it's kind of working backwards, where it's more expensive to refine chocolate in the United States than it is in our neighboring countries because of that. And that's, I mean, I'm not a policy political expert guy, but that kind of seems sort of backwards from what the intent is.
Right. Yeah.
So
certainly.
I'm sure they're, not necessarily basing this on like the industry of chocolate either, just like one of the side effects of, this whole thing that we're in.
Well, and that's you think stuff's simple.
Right.
Until you get real humans and real life in it. And then it's like way more complicated than you thought.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the big struggle right now is how are we managing cost and availability of the raw materials?
So what are some things you've done to try to problem solve there?
Well, initially we were able to hedge a lot of that. Basically, we bought ahead on contract to kind of lock those prices down.
Yeah. And you're able to keep it without it spoiling and things like that?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, we did some hedge contract buys to kind of give us some running room, but that doesn't last forever.
Right.
And then lately, we've just been carrying a lot more inventory in raw goods to stabilize that price. That makes sense. When the volatility is just all over the place, you can't make a business plan that deals with that.
Right.
So kind of the side effect of that is a lot of capital resources that might be used for other things are now sitting in commodities that we're holding just to stabilize the cost. And I would presume industry-wide that's tying up a lot of what could be growth capital.
Sure.
In just stabilizing the situation.
Right.
So hopefully that'll kind of sort itself out over a little while here. We did get the president signed an executive order that gave the Secretary of Commerce and the trade representative some ability to exempt stuff from tariffs if we don't make it in the U.S. Right. And we're hoping that they'll
smart
kind of cut us some slack and kind of equalize the playing field with us and our neighbors, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know, that's getting kind of techy, but
no, that makes sense. Yeah, it's great.
Dude, I was gonna say I had no idea where we were gonna be going when we had the chocolate guy on the podcast, and all the places we've gone so far, I'm like, this is wild. I did not have any of this on my bingo card for the chocolate podcast. You know, this has been great.
And,
do you know what you did have on your bingo card? Probably some rapid fire questions.
Yeah. Before you do that, can I give one shout out?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Chamber of Commerce, the GTP group.
Yeah.
They took me to Washington, D.C. to talk about this and to lobby for some relief on that.
Cool.
We got awesome community here that they would, I mean, we're not like the anchor employer in Topeka, but the fact that they would care enough to help us have a voice with our senators and congressmen, and we know that they met with the trade representative, and I mean, that's pretty solid that
is
cool. For
really
a little
cool
guy like us that they would do that. So I'm sorry to kind of put a commerciall in here, but those guys are great.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are sponsored by them, so I think they'll very much appreciate
I didn't know
that.
They would appreciate it. Yeah.
Although they're gonna have to pay extra for us not to edit that out.
Whatever you charge them, you should double it now.
If you want us, Bob Ross, to not edit that part out, it's gonna cost. No, I'm kidding. That's great.
Well, if he does, Gabe will like put it in there subliminal.
A little watermark, just like subtly in the screen. We've really enjoyed even working with them. I mean, I don't know how much we want to talk about with that, but it's been really fun. They sponsor half our episodes.
Do they? Okay, cool.
And it's been really fun. Like, you know, I mean, I had no idea what to expect. You know, and it's kind of like, okay, like how much input are they going to want, you know? We just didn't know. I've never done this before. And so we were just talking with them, and they're like, hey, we just love what you guys are doing. We just want to help you keep doing what you're doing really well. Mm-hmm. And if you need help, you can ask, you know, but we're not going to like steer you in a direction you don't want to go or things like that. And it's been really, really helpful. Yeah. Just it's kind of a similar spirit that you're describing of just like, man, they just want to lift up and support. And it's been really great.
And a lot of places, the Chamber Economic Development, like, they're kind of swinging for the fences, and they're looking out for the big kids, and the little guys kind of don't have much voice in that.
Right. If you're like security benefit or AE or
I mean, it's easy for them to support those kind of things.
Who keep 5,000 jobs in Topeka or something.
Yeah, but to kind of be active with the little guys and looking out for everybody in the community, I think they rightly deserve some props for being that kind of work.
That's super
cool. Come on, man.
That is super cool.
Well, man, I'll just say kind of on that note, just appreciate what you bring to Topeka, you know? Just appreciate kind of the maybe culture or just kind of the sense of like you add value to living here, you know? You know, it's not just like you bring jobs, you know, but just one of the things we've talked a lot about is the people who grew up here have a hard time seeing the value that is in Topeka. And a lot of times it's the people that move here as adults that see, man, this is such a great place to live. Like, what are you guys not seeing here? And I think something like, you know, Hazel Hill is one of many things that just adds so much value to living here, that like even just the small idea that you just meant, like, you know, it's my wife's birthday this week. And so I'm already like, well, I know one of the things I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Hazel Hill. I'm going to get that like chocolate taste testing kit, and that's gonna be one of the things we do this weekend, and just like hang out, get some quality time together, you know, and just like do something really super unique we would never have done before, but I think both of us would really enjoy, you know. And so it's one of many things that just adds value to living here, you know. It makes being in Topeka really fun, you know.
It's one of my favorites during COVID. I mean, everybody's business is kind of all over the place. We had a group of just private individuals who came together and said, we got to help the little businesses. So they came up with this idea. We're going to buy gift cards from these places that are either way slow or had to close. and we're going to give the gift cards to people who were displaced and don't have a lot.
Yeah.
And we're just going to go from business to business, and we're going to drop some thousands of dollars in gift card purchases, and we're going to put that money to people who were displaced.
Wow.
And nobody told them to do that. It was not, and it was.
So it was literally, it wasn't an organization. It was just a group of individuals that banded together.
Yep.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
That doesn't happen most places.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we even had just individuals come in our place during COVID and say, look, I need $200 in gift cards.
Wow.
And we're like, wow, that's a lot. And they say, yeah, I really don't need it. I just want to make sure you guys are around.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's great.
So, I mean, there's a lot of things to think about in a community, but that's not everywhere.
Yeah.
And if you're a young person trying to get sorted out in a town, you can make an impact here, maybe more than you can other places.
Yeah.
And this place is going to take care of you.
That's cool.
If you're participating. So they got to rethink kind of where that fits in their value stream. To me, that's unbelievably important. And that's part of why I'm wearing the Topeka flag. And we're pretty proud to be here because of that kind of stuff.
Come on, man. That's so cool.
That's cool.
I love that, man, because I won't get into it. I love that. I think that's very cool.
Yeah.
Just that an average person came up with the idea to support things like that and serve people in their community. It's really cool. I think we need more people like that and more of us taking advantage of that. I'll just say what I was going to say. I think, a lot of times.
Let it out. You'll feel better.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we're just so trained to think, hey, if there's a problem, the government will solve the problem. The government will solve the problem. And so we're just hoping, I just hope the government solves all these problems. When in reality, it's the government should solve some problems, but they shouldn't solve every problem. We need people just to do stuff like that, and that's what makes living in a community so great is people that look around and see problems and see, hey, here's how I can solve this. Here's how my business can solve this. Here's how my family can be a part of this, not just please, daddy government, fix everything for us,
Well, and in the terms of the federal government and all that, none of us here really matter. We're
right.
Okay. But in terms of our city, I mean, you can make a real impact.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In terms of the people who are your neighbors or who you go to church with or you're on the Little League, you can have a big effect on their lives. You're pretty powerful in that local, close
especially
sphere,
in a big, small town like Topeka.
Yeah. So, I mean, you post something on TikTok or whatever, that changes nothing really.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it might make somebody angry. You can start a flame war. Congratulations. But helping your neighbor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing that, hey, their yard's not getting mowed and maybe they had a baby and they're trying to, sort through and you go over and you cut their lawn for them. That's powerful.
Yeah. It's real.
Does that make sense? Or you show up at the city council meeting about something that's going on. You're going to have a real voice and a real ability to have input. And if I were a young entrepreneur, this is a town where you can really make an impact, right? It can be a big deal that you're starting a business here, and you can really make a big impact in what's close to you. So don't be thinking I got to solve the Nigerian thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm not discouraging. We should give money. We should be helping that.
Sure. Right.
But we're way more powerful and have a way bigger effect the closer we are to each of us. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
So good.
So good.
So good. Well, man, appreciate just who you are and what you're doing and your time. We didn't even get to some of the other really interesting topics. We'll have to have you on again.
Okay.
Are you going
to rapid fire me? Or
yeah, we are. We're going to switch into our rapid fire.
Okay. Absolutely.
These are, just random things about living in Topeka. So just first things that come to your mind.
And will there be a grade or something? Or
no, it's it's kind of like what you talked about. It's
scored.
Yeah, it's hey, you have your taste, and your taste is not wrong. It just is what it is.
All right. There is one question that there's a right answer to, but we'll let you decide for yourself what it is.
Yeah, it depends whose approval you would rather have. That's what the answer is.
So, go to date night in Topeka. If you're going to take your spouse out, what are you doing? Where are you taking her?
We're going to go out to dinner. There's kind of a handful of favorites that we have. And then we're probably going to go to maybe the lake or just go for a walk or have a little quiet time. We are busy enough that kind of slow down time. And then maybe just catch a movie at home.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're kind of boring
do you
people.
have,
but
maybe some of these favorite local restaurants?
You going to make me name names?
I mean, you don't have to, but
one of your favorites.
we'd like you to if you're up for it.
El Ranchito, we like a lot. I don't know if you know those guys.
Yeah.
We like almost all of the Thai restaurants in town.
Yeah, Thai restaurants get mentioned a lot.
We've got some really good Thai food here. Are probably our go-to favorites. And then it's not Topeka, but we do hit the Mad Greek from time to time. We need a good Greek restaurant in Topeka.
We hear that a lot.
That makes sense.
And that's my next question. Is there anything in Topeka that's missing? Greek food?
A good Greek place would be good.
Yeah.
Is the Mad Greek considered like authentic, high quality Greek?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I like the Mad Greek. I just don't know, like, from an ancestrally Greek person, is this considered like the thing, you know?
I'll give you an example.
Okay.
If you get a Greek salad and it has lettuce in it, it's not a Greek salad. The Greek salad should have cucumbers, tomatoes, red onions, and bell peppers, a big slab of feta cheese on the top, not a crumble.
Okay.
Oregano, oil, and vinegar.
All right.
If you get other stuff in there,
not a Greek salad.
That's not. I mean, it might taste fine. I'm not trying to rag on anybody.
This is a PSA. How to identify a real Greek salad?
Yeah. So
I love it.
The Mad Greek has a Greek salad, but it's not really a Greek salad, right?
A slightly Americanized. Maybe.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, you're doing a home project, and you got to go run out and grab some stuff. You going to Menards, Lowe's, Home Depot?
Probably. Oh, I got to think of what their name is. The hardware store on 21st Street.
Waters.
Good answer.
Probably my first stop.
Yeah.
Waters is my first stop.
If we can't score there, the one on Topeka Boulevard North would be the second choice. And then the big box ones. Is it an Ace or something up on like Topeka Boulevard and Lamar?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Good answer.
So,
that was your trick. Your trick question. So
okay, which of the big box are you going to first?
Probably Home Depot.
Come on, Nick.
Let's go.
Unbelievable.
Sometimes Menards.
No. Great.
Lowe's is probably number 3.
I get the sometimes. That's funny.
This is a running feud between us as which of the two is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what you want, because like Menards is almost kind of close to a legit lumber yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is true.
Home Depot's kind of a wannabe lumber yard kind of place.
Yeah.
But if I'm looking
Menards
for,
has an actual yard, like out back.
Yeah.
If I'm just looking for a screw or something, or
100%.
probably Home Depot.
Yeah.
If I'm buying flooring, probably Menards.
He's backtracking now because he feels bad.
He is backtracking.
Trying to save
we
my.
had such a thing going here, Nick.
I better eat some chocolate. Calm me down.
Okay, you said you're not a coffee guy, so you maybe don't have a favorite coffee shop.
No, see, you guys are keep taking me there. I'm a good Latter-day Saint guy, so coffee and wine and booze, like all that's off the table for me, right?
I forget about that.
That's
the
right.
Coffee, yeah.
You a golfer? You like to golf?
I'm more of a cyclist, runner, walker guy.
Okay.
Golfer
favorite trail in Topeka?
So I live downtown. So from downtown out the Shunga Trail to Lake Shawnee, around the lake and back.
Yeah.
So good.
Would be
Oh, that is
that
good.
last week.
kind of first one on the
How
list.
far is that to get
It
there?
depends. From here?
Well, from downtown.
I mean, it's 5 miles from here to the end of Shunga. And then you go down. I forget what that other trail is called that it connects to.
Yeah, the new one that kind of goes under the road there and
Yeah, the one that goes from the
around
end
the
of Shunga.
cornfield and
Yeah, I forget what that one's called. And then it drops you off like a quarter of a mile from the lake on 29th.
Yeah. And it's actually a really cool ride for a family too, because you got that big park on the south side there. It's got like the water squirter thing and a bunch of swings.
The one, yeah.
And that trail takes you right there, and then you can go over the lake and
where the baseball fields are, like 25th and whatever it is.
Yeah,
Adams, kind of, maybe 25th and Adams, maybe.
Yeah, if I was smart, I would remember the name, but it's right there on the trail, and it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's far enough that if kids are getting tired, you can say, okay, let's go here and
the
play
baseball
on the swings
fields
or
and the
whatever.
splash. Dornwood.
Yep. Dornwood, yes.
Boom, got it.
We have a smart guy in the group. Good.
Well, I just wrote it last week and kind of went past all of that.
Final question. Where could people find you at if they want to get some chocolate? You guys have social medias. Where can people find you?
So shop's at 724 South Kansas, so right downtown.
Yep.
And I'll just give a little shout out. If you're coming and parking is tough, the garages in the evening are free.
Oh.
So if you're coming to see us, or maybe you're going to have dinner at the Rail and then come see us, just park in the garage. It's free.
The Rail.
Yeah.
I've never heard it described as that. I like that.
The Rail.
So there, hazelhillchocolate.com.
Yep.
On the website, you can order stuff there. And look for us on the International Chocolate Awards sometime this fall when the World Finals come through.
Yeah.
Send us some good energy there.
Heck yeah. That is so great.
Yeah, so what is the World Finals? What are you guys doing?
So everybody who medaled in their region, North, South America, Asia, Europe, then gets the chance to compete against each other in the World Finals. Cool. So that Topeka bar.
Because that was this year.
Yeah. So we shipped it last week to the World Finals. So
it's not something you physically go to. You just sent it in.
It used to be physical before COVID. It's all virtual now. And the World Finals, the judges are all over the globe. So like you send it into the collection point. Usually it's in Germany where they collect them.
Wow.
And then they distribute them out for judging. And so it takes a while.
How many bars do you have to send?
400 grams, which is, 7 bars?
These are,
I think.
64 grams, so, yeah.
So it goes to 7 judges, basically? Like each 7 judges get one, and they have to...
I don't know the answer to that because they don't tell us who the judges are.
So
we get their feedback, we get their written notes and stuff, but...
no jury tampering.
Yeah, but...
that's super funny.
I have a pretty good idea who some of them are, but...
yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, Nick,
he's bribing them online in the DMs on Instagram.
Yeah, no.
You can't confirm that on
can neither confirm nor deny.
There you go.
Nick, thank you so much for being here, man. This has been a joy.
I hope it's been a good time. I enjoyed it.
This has been so good.
Appreciate you, what you're doing for Topeka, the risks you're taking, and making this place a better place.
Right on.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks for having us.
God bless, man.